Hey guys, Jay here. I was hoping I wouldn't have to come back to YouTube for something like this, as I'm still currently busy working on things. I know this is a pretty late response, and the situation kinda got swept under the rug. That's due to our schedules, but also because I needed time to mentally and physically recover from that. I went into a state of deep depression after that, as well as anger and resentment. Like I was
On gang, bro, on gang. Y'all need to slay.
Huh?
You heard me, motherfucker.
No, motherfucker.
You fucking heard me. I called you a queen because you're my queen. You need to start slaying. Please put on thigh highs. Now.
Thigh highs are equipped.
Equipped? You just open your fucking menu? Your inventory?
My inventory, yeah. Oh, I don't think it was safe for me to make that video back then. I would have probably said some things I would probably regret. And I'm sorry, but the truth needs to be said and brought to light. I didn't know how to say and explain all this. I needed that time to myself, alright? To think and somewhat calm down. But again, since not only nothing happened after some time, like I was maybe promised, but I think this is the one. I think this is the take, but before I do, I have some things to say, some disclosures if you will. And I know some of you might not sit through this video and probably will just chalk this up as bullying anyway, which isn't what this would be. And at that point, you're just missing the point of the video and being disingenuous entirely. So I'll just say this now to also clear this up. This video isn't meant to bully or tear anyone down or anything like that. That would honestly defeat the whole purpose of this and go against who I am. This is just me being honest and telling the truth. Telling the truth isn't slander, because slander by definition would be the action or crime of making a false spoken statement, damaging to a person's reputation, which, conductor, you did to me.
Dude, there's just one of the members of Triple Baka. This is a completely different thing.
We should all dress up as Triple Baka.
You can do Triple Baka. I actually thought about one time getting like a bunch of people together to like do IRL caramel dances.
I was shooting the zombie's body with a death machine and I didn't know there was another zombie behind me.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I got you. Let me run upstairs. And remember, for something to be considered slander, it must typically be both false and cause harm to someone's reputation, which again, both have been done to me, and which I'm not doing to you by making this video. Because why? A truthful statement, even if it is negative or damaging, is often a complete defense against a claim or of slander in many jurisdictions or arguments. Honesty and truth is a key factor in such cases, and I even have evidence and stuff to back up what I'm saying. It may not be much now because the VOD is gone, so all I have is Twitch clips, which honestly are pretty short and don't tell the full story. Thank God. After playing
I blocked the zombies for you. You were about to die to the zombies while building it, so I fucking walked in front of them to protect you.
So I'll try using what I do have of that night to help, but most of it will come down from either me or people who were in that stream that night. And trust me, I have witnesses. And I've just been completely off the grid, pretty much, after this has all happened. Not only trying to continue finding a job, because this job market is completely ass, as well as how I'm going to react, as well as what I want to do going forward. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I didn't grab my bow.
There's not a bow.
What?
Yeah, the dragon up here hasn't even been started. Hawaiian was too busy shooting a corpse to actually do the fucking dragon.
Oh. So again, by definition, nature, logic, and reasoning, you slandered me. And that has still went on with no consequences. Is this seriously okay? I got attacked and even kicked out of Revival, and a damaged rep, and all she gets is a slap on the wrist and a talk to that pretty much did nothing. So I'm still within my right to do this, because everything I will be saying is fact. Plus, you blocked me instantly, like immediately, not long after the matches ended. So I have no other way of coming to a conclusion and understanding with you. You literally denied me that right. And coming to a conclusion and understanding with you was never going to happen. That was never in the cards. And by making this video, I'm gonna give myself some kind of closure, and am defending myself and as a victim/innocent that got pulled into something I shouldn't have been roped into. Keep your beef with Quantum to just between you two. There's zero need to rope me into your beef, as well as just because me and him are friends and all three of us coincidentally all got into a match together, and as a victim I should always have a choice, which was also taken away from me due to being blocked instantly and unable to talk to you to clear things up and overall talk things through to reach an understanding, you know? Something civil human beings do. Hey guys, it's Jay here, and for a while, we didn't know how the updated video should have went, but we came here today with the final take. We're also coming here today to add a few things, because part of the video is like outdated, and it would have been misinformation had we like released it without any edits. So this is going to be a more so updated version to go with it. The last time we hopped on here to talk a section into my part, I may have said that me and Conductor have never talked things out, and that I was never given a chance, which for a while it was true, until it wasn't, and I want to clear that up. Me and Conductor did talk. She ended up giving me a chance after months of fighting and defending myself, and fighting with Sasha a fair bit. She decided to have her give me a chance, even if I found her apology to be half-assed compared to mine.
She also only did it also because they knew the video would come out to essentially save face, because it conveniently happened a week after of the video's existence.
I still feel some kind of way about it, as you essentially just did it to get me to fuck off, but we did talk nonetheless, so that section is now mostly outdated. But to sum it up, we talked. I apologized for what I did, even if I didn't really do anything wrong for it to be necessarily needed. But I still sincerely offered an apology anyway, just to show sincerity. And you should always, or at least almost always anyway, be open to talking or having a debate. And not make it one-sided. Into bully by definition is a person who habitually seeks to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable, which I'm not trying to do either of those things. What I want is simple. Not only to talk things through and clear things up, because what happened between us is literally a misunderstanding. Maybe you should unblock me, because I honestly didn't do anything worthy enough to deserve that, but okay. Why not contact me after some time that it all happened and you've calmed down? Like, at the time, it's understandable. You're upset about something that happened in, you know, IRL, but why take it out on me? Why not try to clear things up with me and try reaching an understanding with each other? We could have squashed this beef. I would have definitely been fine with, and much more likely, open to giving you a second chance. Which, that is going to be that's going to be like one of the recurring themes in this video. Second chances and redemption. But yeah, pretty much nothing so far still, so yeah, forgiveness is probably, and rightfully so, off the table, at least for now. That could still change, as giving you a second chance isn't 100% off the table. It just means I'm less likely to. If you choose to remain to do nothing, it honestly just depends on what you do about us going forward. Honestly, Conductor, our whole situation is, again, quiet, literally. Let's get this done before Wave 20, please.
I'm missing the thing! I'm so bad! Woo!
I got you.
Skill issue! I can't hit it! There we go.
A misunderstanding that could have been cleared up had you not only not blocked me, but also made an effort to talk with me. It's the fact you're not even wanting to try like I have with you is crazy. But this is also to clear things up that went unclear for too long and should have been resolved ages ago. But wasn't, because nothing was pretty much ever done about it, and stuff about me that was untrue was also floating around in certain chats, so everything I'm about to say by nature and definition doesn't make me a slanderer or a bully. It's just me pointing things out and being honest. Clearing things up and venting about how I'm currently feeling and where I'm currently at. So now that we've got that out of the way, I don't want to hear any more excuses or anything of that nature. So listen closely, as I'm only going to say this once. The purpose this video serves, and the messages and topics you will hear throughout this video, will be as follows: addressing the situation, the truth/honesty, communication/transparency, because let's face it, there is none in this community. No one ever talks things out with each other, and would rather start fights and dramas and overall continue being at odds with each other, and that needs to change. We will go more into detail about that in a sec, so don't worry, it will all make sense. This is about giving second chances chances and forgiveness. This is us wanting change from the community, hopefully for the better. This video is basically us ripping the bandage off and treating the wound, rather than leaving the bandage on and letting the wound get infected. We just want this community to shape up now, or at least at some point. Another disclosure, this isn't for the entire community. There are still, to this day, a fair amount of good apples in this community, which does make me happy. Just, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We have had some bad apples in this community. That's just ruining it for the rest of us. And if you're one of those good apples, then good job. I deeply appreciate you. Keep doing you. Keep being the example other apples should follow. Finally, and most importantly, this is also being made because, again, since I was never given a chance to talk or say my side of the story, and was even instantly blocked and silenced, this is the only way I can get my story out, which is what really happened. This will serve as that, as well as closure for me, so hopefully after this is said and done, I can move on to different things, because, yes, I'm done playing Foamstars pretty much indefinitely. At least till things change, till the community gets better, and I will be moving on to different things for content. Pretty much aside from Foamstars Beyond, which is fan-made content. But yes, I'm done, but I have some plans and ideas, and as you can see on my Twitch, I haven't streamed since December 18th. Well, hi, Future Jay here. My last stream being in December is no longer true. It was for a while, but the video took so long to come out, and I ended up getting talked into doing it again, as I had some friends that wanted to watch me. So yeah, when will the next one be? I don't know. I also started uploading on the YouTube channel again. The foam content that I have been uploading is just old clips so far, but I plan to do more with that as time goes on. Oh yeah, and if you guys allow Quant to also come back, he could also make some more foam content as well, because he also has some ideas that never actually made it into, I have plans, I have a lot of plans. We both have a lot of plans. Oh, Hawaiian could come back, he's making a video as well. Tier list. 1, I will come back, but don't expect me to come back anytime soon. And 2, that was when I decided to play Foam one last time, because it was the last day of the cups. I thought the game was getting shut down, so I thought I would also enjoy playing the game one last time on this date. But luckily the cups ended up looping in the end. As for next month, we're not really sure what's happening for the game. The game's future is just too uncertain. But yeah, FSB is something I've honestly slowed development on due to the situation. Now partly because of what it was meant to be, one of its reasonings and purposes of even being made to begin with, one of the reasons was it was for the community. This was a passion and love letter to the community. It was to show my appreciation, But after this happened, it did that. So, besides Beyond, do not ask me to make any more Foamstars content. Do not expect that from me anymore, as the answer will be no. And yes, it deeply pains me to say that for a game I care about, but I just can't anymore. If things with the community, with the game and community get better, there is a possibility of me coming back, but it would have to be some really good changes to justify the return. This video is also being partly made because, 1, my channel peeps are probably wondering where the fuck I went for about 9 months to. Well, here I am, and I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I will speak where I've been in another video, as we don't have much time and we have lots to cover in this video. So, and 2, again, I have not been able to move on as it was left unresolved, but instead the drama war, the lie, was swept under the rug as it never happened, and we're acting like it doesn't exist, and we're acting as if everything is hunky-dory when it's clearly not. It was a problem that was ran away from instead of being dealt with. And as someone who not only doesn't like one-sided conversations, but I'm also someone who doesn't like leaving shit unresolved for long periods of time. I like nipping my problems in the bud whenever I can, if I'm able to, so it doesn't interfere or become a much bigger problem for me later. And due to that, it has been bothering me and affecting me a lot more, in many ways, more mentally and physically after that night, especially the following night. Now that we got that out of the way with all the disclaimers, we have one more, and that is, before the video, I will warn you. I'll try to remain calm as much as possible, but I can keep no promises. that me or other people in this video will get mad. This isn't one of my more hopeful, upbeat discussion videos. It's gonna be another depressed, but this time potentially an angry one. I may get upset, and if I do, I apologize in advance. But I cannot just keep acting like problems don't exist in this community and continue pushing shit under the rug like it doesn't exist. I'm honestly not okay with that, and quite frankly, that's very unhealthy for a community to just always act like you're fine. It's okay to act vulnerable sometimes, which is something even I need to learn, because acting like everything is always okay can be destructive. And why does this have to be said? Well, because not a lot of you have seen or heard me get mad before, as I'm usually chill, nice, and patient, and overall able to control myself, because I also know and understand that my voice has a lot of weight. But I will still be honest, and honesty isn't slander. This needs to happen because this is serious. We can't keep avoiding our problems just because we don't feel like it or want to deal with them. Ignoring them will just make them that much bigger in the future and may bite you in the ass. And now, let's begin the video.
Hey, good luck with your dog. Why do you hate me or something? Like, what is this?
Ooh.
I don't know, I just felt compelled to press my R2 button.
Despite me detaching myself from the community, I'm still supportive of the game. I'm just, again, no longer a part of the community. And to understand and go more into detail with that story, with everything that's this whole video entirely, the meat and potatoes, we'll have to go all the way back to the night of October 23rd, 2025. It felt like every other night. In fact, I just got done talking with Kiri and catching up, because we haven't talked in a while at the time. And I thought to myself, I've spent half of the year off the grid, heads down, working on Beyond. And it's been a while since I've played the game, since I've played Foamstars itself. I think I'll hop on for a bit and have some fun. Then hop back off the grid, and go back off the grid to work on it some more. So I hop on, I start stream, and not only was I gonna go back to not playing the game for a while after I've had my fill, but little did I know I would get roped into something I wasn't even a part of. This was the night of me being accused for throwing and stacking with Quantum Whale and Haru, or what you guys have believed to be Sashi, which isn't true. And if you actually sat there and thought about it, you'd know, yeah, this isn't her. This wouldn't make sense for it to be her. It wouldn't even work with this poorly put together plan/accusation. Did her and Quat not even interacting as far as I say 2 years. It's been about like 2 years or so since they last interacted. But I'll be skipping that and going into my alibi instead, since her name has already been cleared. Sashi herself has already cleared her name. But not mine. Nothing was ever said for me or my side of the story, let alone for Quantum or even Hawaiian, who was also accused. Which I wasn't expecting either of them to be covered, but not even at least me too. Like, if I would have gotten covered, like Sashi, if me and you would have had our names like covered, I could have like went back and cleared Quantum and Hawaiian's names myself. Because here's the thing. I occasionally, despite me not being a community manager myself, I will sometimes, if her and Kin are stressed the fuck out, and there happens to be issues, I will take it upon myself at times to deal with them myself. Or at least do most of the work, then hand it off to them. I tend to do that, you know? I've done that a couple times. This was kinda one of those situations. Since I was also accused, I had even more reason to take matters into my own hands and kind of help with this, right? So I went around, inquired about things from people. I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, because, again, I don't know what was going on with Conductor that night. I was not in the loop. So I had to figure out what was wrong with her from other people, which leads back to point number 1. Lack of transparency and no communication. Conductor, not only could you have went to my Twitch, my stream, you would have saw I was by myself in that lobby. You would have saw perfectly well what you thought happened didn't happen. A, I was by myself. B, he was in Lone Star. Wait, I queued Lone Star as well. Oh, so he couldn't have been stacking. This isn't Tribe. Oh, like you would have, in fact, you could have came there, we could have had a chat, or you could have asked me some things, and which could have confirmed your whatever, you know, and then we would have chalked it up to it being an understanding. We would have understood it was a misunderstanding. alright? Is what I'm trying to say. But being accused for stacking with those two, all for the sole purpose of bullying you in ranked, I want you and everyone else to just sit there and think about that for a sec. Me, a guy who is not only friends with 80% of the community, but is also someone who mostly remains to himself, but will come out every now and then to be supportive and hop on, or be funny in lounge chat to keep people in high spirits. But I have not even once been seen being a vile person. I am the guy who wants to bring the IP back in some capacity, even if it's through fan-made content. Would surely do something like this. Like, where's the evidence and proof? Did she even have or give you guys any proof or evidence to start this drama war? No, she doesn't. Why? Because not only does it not exist, but why would I want to do something like that? What would even be my motive for doing this? I wasn't even with anyone that night. I was by myself. What are we talking about? Now, as for my alibi, because for some reason I got roped into this despite being a bystander that had nothing to do with this, coincidentally chose to hop on to have fun that night. It was by coincidence. Me hopping on was a coincidence. This wasn't planned. I told no one I was hopping on. Maybe, at best, I told Curie. But I was still accused to have been stacking with him anyway, so let's begin. Point number 1. I don't even know who the fuck Haru is. Never met them a day in my life, never heard or seen them, let alone knew anything about them until later that night. In fact, I still don't even know their secret identity. I don't even know their secret identity either. No one does, other than Quantum. I also didn't know and wasn't even aware at the time that Quantum was Trixie Pony, so this argument already doesn't work, because how would it be possible for me to group up with either people I don't even know or don't know who's who? Because for some reason, a lot of people have alt accounts on this game for their own reasons, which leads to problems like these, identifying who's who. I literally had to ask Quantum. I had to ask him. I had to inquire. Can you believe that? Wow, inquiring. Wow, something nobody does in this community. I can't stress that enough. 2. I'm mostly a solo player and will queue alone, unless asked by people I actually know if I would be interested in joining, which I was never asked that night, as proven and seen on my stream that night. 10 people were in that stream last night. Yo, had someone in there had to know. Out of the 10 people in my stream that night, none of you defended me other than the guy we apparently all hate. Mr. Quantum Well here, of all people. Are you serious? Are we being dead ass? And if I do join someone and you're not sure but don't want to pop into my stream, you literally DM me saying, "Hey, are you grouped up with so and so?" And I will tell you either yes or no. Well, I have no reason to lie to you, I promise. So I didn't join anyone that night. Thus, I played Lone Star alone. 3. It was Lone Star. You can't stack in Lone Star. It's called Lone Star. And don't use that bullshit excuse of, well, you can try getting into each other's matches. Yeah, keyword try. Even if we did, we wouldn't be guaranteed to be grouped up together to enact this made-up plan consistently enough. Which, yeah, they kind of did stream snipe me, but I didn't know. I wasn't really aware of the fact that they were going to. It was more like a last-minute thing.
Who's y'all? Why am I included in that? That's plural, as in I'm included in that.
That's not his name. Awesome. I gotta go find his name then.
How does he not know his name, but he tells you that's not his name?
He just wants the riddle, bro. That is your name, bitch. I fucking went and looked. That is your name.
He said, no, that is not my name.
Yes, it is. I just checked the fucking code. That is, in fact, your name.
He said, how are you gonna tell me what my name is?
Tell me your fucking thing again, bro.
Thank God, finally. I'm ready for teleporter
Dickhead.
anytime. Oh, damn.
Door.
Hit him with the dickhead.
Stag.
God.
It's Door Stagheart. Okay, motherfucker. Fine. You win this round.
They wanted to go against me, which we'll get into that in a sec. But 4, I wasn't even on their team in any of those matches, not even once. If anything, I was pretty much going against them more, while occasionally getting one or the other on my team here and there, but never both. So seems your accusation doesn't seem to hold much weight there or make any sense, and is instead full of plot holes, and therefore you're just going after people because you're upset. Yeah, no, not cool. And yes, I do know your reason for being really upset that night, which I will not also say in this video, because due to me maybe maybe not being as bad as a person you see me as, but also because despite everything you did to me, I still can't find it in me to do it due to our past friendship. So, but just know I am deeply sorry that happened to you. I truly am, but it's still not a justifiable reason to do all of this and take your anger out on me on something I had nothing to do with. 5. Do I even need to vouch for my own alibi? Like, are we serious? Despite me being really cold, angry, and depressed, I not only haven't showed it, not even once in this community, or around you guys, but, oh, maybe I'm having like a bad day, I'm like depressed, but like, it's never been like, you know? But I also haven't taken it out on this community. I haven't lashed out or taken it out on anyone, like it was done to me many times by even multiple people, not just you, Conductor. But in fact, I even now still choose to remain civil, supportive, and positive for you all. As for why, I've honestly thought about being a lot more aggressive originally in this video. But as I've had time to calm down and think, it wouldn't have not only changed a thing, but it would make things worse. Seems kind of pointless and wouldn't drive home my purpose and what I'm trying to do. And would I honestly really do something like this? Does this sound like something I do?
I'm stupid.
That's what I did too. I was killing zombies. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's exactly what I fucking did, bro.
Would I personally go out of my way to bully someone I'm on good standing with or was innocent before this? After a year and a half of you all knowing me, especially when there's no evidence or proof to be presented, should this really be taken that seriously? Think, Mark! Think! Do you think I'd want to do something like this? What would even have been my motive for I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to understand. Anyone want a insta-kill?
No.
Well,
Why'd you do this, asshole? God, you're so annoying. Oh my god.
Welcome.
Literally all you do is be a nuisance. You've never helped with anything. Oh my god. Okay, Monokuma.
And for the past couple months, I've been trying to think and understand as to maybe why. And I can't seem to think of a single reason for wanting to bully. How would that benefit me in my mission to bring relevancy back to the IP? What purpose would this serve other than lowering the player count even more when we should be retaining them? Which also seems to be a problem we have with doing. 6. It's the cups. Those of you who actually know me or watch my streams and not just say or claim you do, you will know and even hear me say that I hate the new Foamstar ranked season cups. I hate that shit with a burning passion. Which is another reason why you very, very rarely, maybe once in a blue moon, see me playing it. And instead will 90% of the time be seen going to casuals instead. And the next thing that I'm going to say is important. So for some of the people in the back, listen up, alright? You guys take this game way too seriously. As of it stands right now, with the state of the game, and it being on life support since January of 2025, genuinely, and I mean it when I say this, who gives a fuck about winning? Winning and losing means pretty much nothing in Foamstars. Honestly, you should at this point just play the game for fun. It should be played for fun. That's why it was made. That's why Ricky-san and Okatani made this game. They wanted to make a game that's fun and enjoyable. And a fair bit of you just fucked that right up. I need water. Listen, we're in maintenance mode. Why does winning every match matter so much? Why can't we just have fun? Huh? I'm genuinely trying to understand this mindset. Explain to me why. Not only that, the ranked rewards you get aren't even that good! They're not good! But you want a stupid little badge? Are you kidding me? A stupid badge that doesn't look good at all. Like, are we serious? You don't get no cool skin or cool slide board from it. You don't get none of that. Why does it... Foamstars has, let's face it, always been a casual game. It was never meant to be a competitive one. This game never took off competitively. In fact, the competitive scene for the game died off really fast during the first half of the game's life cycle. I was there in one of the first few turnings, and after that, it has been pretty much a casual game. After that, with parts of community doing community tournaments with Trials of the Storm, for example, which was okay, but regardless, it was fun. It was nice to have. And again, not a lot of people joined, which goes back to what I've just said. It's a casual game. That's pretty much it. To talk about the elephant in the room, Sashi's tournament. Oh boy, was that a travesty. We heard that Attorney was being made by Sashi, and that almost everyone was gonna come back for it, so it did pique our interest, and we chose to watch it once it finally came out. And from the jump, we immediately knew how poorly put together it was just from the chat. It was a mess, and with that, I suppose I could tease me making a Foamstars Beyond Discord server. Now, what does this have to do with what I just said? Well, we were thinking of hosting Attorney later on down the line, with commentary, like a real tournament, and a prize pool. And yes, the prize money will be coming out of our pockets. You're welcome, by the way.
Mine, fuck you, mine, fuck you.
It will be coming out of mine, because I will be getting it'll be following a different format. More details about it all in that video. They did it, why? Well, for fun, of course, and to keep hope alive, because they cared. They wanted us to have fun. They wanted to bring interest back in the game, even if it was just for a little bit. This is the Foamstars community. I know. The community that used to welcome new people with open arms. The community where we all joined the main server one by one, and had fun times. Now, not every day was great, but that was okay. We, for the most part, were just chill and not toxic. That's the community I know. And remember, I don't know what this community is and stands for anymore. And quite frankly, I miss the old days. I miss who we used to be. I miss when we were all friends and used to be here laughing and having a fun time together. I miss the days where we would just play this game for fun, getting to know each other. Back then when we didn't take shit seriously, didn't start all these pointless drama wars, and weren't constantly at odds with each other. And I want us to go back to that, at least in some capacity. I know it'll never come back. I know none of that will come back. But at least with FSB, I hope it does some good. 7. I was even streaming when this all went down, and you were even there, Mink and allegedly Serenity. Despite seeing and knowing I was solo queuing, you didn't think to help or defend me when I was being falsely accused of stacking with them in ranked. What did you do instead? Serenity kicked me out of Trival. If removing me still had to happen, which I want to say this before anyone starts getting the wrong idea or anything, Serenity, I'm not really that mad with you. In all honesty, in fact, I'm not mad at you at all. I think you still made a very smart and good decision at the end of the day. Like you had leadership transferred onto you, and you made a choice. You had to make a choice and you made it. And we're only trying to calm the flames. So again, I'm not really mad at you for your decision. But I will say, you could have at least pulled me to the side and had a talk with me first before doing so. It would have been the more respectable thing to do instead of me waking up to a noti saying I've been kicked out. But again, I'm not.
Tube of mystery juice! Yeah!
But again, I'm not mad at you. We were only at the time trying to help. And I happened to be in some deep shit at the time. Despite me being innocent, I was still in some hot shit. And at the making of this video, when it comes out, some people will probably still be mad at me, but I honestly don't really give a fuck anymore. As I know and select others know, I didn't and wouldn't do something like this. It just sounds way too out of character for me. And I've stayed quiet and suffered in silence for too long, and this is the chance I get to speak my mind and be honest, because someone has to. This is coming from a place of tough love and not me being an asshole or anything. This needs to be addressed or else nothing will ever change. And stuff like this will keep happening. In fact, it has kept happening, which we will get into that in a little bit. It hasn't stopped. If I had to explain myself in 2 words, it'd be quietly forgotten or not appreciated. We don't have time to fully go into my baggage, but I can be a very complicated person. But basically, I'm scared that if Foamstars goes away, then the people I care about will have little reason to want to talk or associate with me anymore. It's already happened with a fair amount of people. They just kind of stop talking to me and don't even return my texts. And I fear it might happen with the rest of the community. That's what I fear. And that's my motivation and reason for doing everything I do. Making Beyond, making the feedback and potential ideas series. I did all of that because I'm scared and that I care. Even if that feeling has somewhat dulled and slowly decayed over time from all the resentment and how I was treated, despite me feeling dead inside. Deep down, I still care. Best way to describe me as a person, since after what happened after a year and a half, clearly none of you understand what kind of person I am. I would say I'm basically a loving parent that just wants their children to do better and only wants what's best for them. That probably sounds weird, but it's true. I truly feel this way, all the way from the way I act, interact, and even talk with a fair bit of you. Sure, you're friends, but a fair bit of you also feel like family, despite how I was treated. Even if some of you are dense and love starting shit for no reason. Even if I've been disappointed and let down by how a lot of you have been acting, and by the way, you lot should be ashamed of yourself. As for the half that still remained good till this day, thank you. It honestly inspires me and gives me hope. That, and I only mean a sliver when I say this, because after what happened, yeah, I died inside that night and started seeing a lot of you differently.
Except True Spartan.
Facts.
We love True Spartan.
We love that guy.
I just wanted to say, except True Spartan, we love True Spartan.
True Spartan, we love True Spartan because he's a goat, and but yeah, I've seen a lot of you differently, and I've even been deceived by a fair bit of you, by how two-faced some of you are, and that some of you are not what they seem, and that I was blind to it all for so long. After still seeing some good people exist, a part of me believes maybe this community isn't too far gone from saving, and again, I only halfly believe that, unless proven otherwise, thanks to how many rotten apples this community has. And had I known what kind of people you guys actually were, I would have probably said something a lot sooner. Anyways, a recent problem I have with this community is that no one knows how to think for themselves, and tend to behave very sheep-like, and that there's a lot of yes men. Like, that's not only boring, but like, that'll make us look not very unique. Like, can you guys please think for yourselves? I want everyone to have their own opinion and thoughts. I won't fucking execute you for having a different opinion than me. I personally think that's just stupid. And to add to this, no one inquires or questions anything. For example, and this is an example, okay? Hypothetically, let's say another drama ends up breaking out, right? How many of you would actually question or inquire about it? Because a lot of you, and I've seen this even before the conductor drama, but you guys will literally take everything at face value and instantly believe it. Not even inquire or question it. Just, yep, so-and-so said this, so this must be true. Oop, Johnny said that the sky is red, so it must be red. For example, and this is a perfect example, but I'm gonna use Quant as an example. Me and Quant don't always agree on things. I know, shocker. Hot take. But we question and inquire each other on takes and conversations. Like, sure, we agree, but also disagree on things. Now, what I'm gonna say next is what I've always wanted to say. How is it that me, the guy everyone for the most part likes, and Quant, the guy everyone pretty much hates, both get along and can have civil conversations without any fights, but no one else can? I for a while found that funny, more so in a strange way. And if we do fight, and that's with quotations by the way, it'd be us trolling and fucking around and overall picking on each other. No serious fighting happening. Like, how does that work? You can't tease or hold your friends accountable, then are you really friends at all? Just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean you can't be critical, disagree, or even hold them accountable for any dumb shit they do. And I want to ask, how many of you actually tried talking to Quant? Like, actually tried interacting with him? Like, his DMs are open! His DMs are open! And how many of you went along with the herd and just took what everyone else says and went with it, not question why, not even talking to the person who's the center of it all? That goes for any of the other dramas too, by the way. To add on what I think about Quant, he's not really as selfish as some of you think. I mean, the guy also doesn't really have any. The guy works at Dollar General, for crying out loud. I also spent like at least around $100 on me. But sure, he's selfish and egotistical, sure.
I work at Dollar General, for God's sake, bro. How do you have an ego? You're working at Dollar General.
Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because that's the thing. That's the problem. Everyone's sheep-like and will follow the herd and believe things about certain people just because someone told them to. You guys will literally exile people from groups just because, and I think that's really fucking stupid. Everyone has their cliques and groups / circle of people they enjoy hanging out with. Nothing wrong there. I will basically say what Hawaiian said, or will say, near the end of the video. It becomes a problem when certain people are removed from the group entirely, just because someone didn't like them, or what have you. What I also want to know is, why is it so hard for people to say they're sorry and apologize for what they did? I almost have to fight tooth and nail for apologies, just for apologies to be said when I shouldn't have to. Like, if you did something wrong, just own up to it. It's not that hard. All you have to say, one word, I'm gonna bring up Neverhigh, aka Mommy Bucciarati, as an example. She made a mistake / lapse in judgment, and she came on her own to apologize, to make up for something she did. Just randomly, one day out of the blue. It shocked the fuck out of me, and I respect it. And she felt bad for what she said, and sincerely apologized for it, and I forgave her for it all. I forgave her. It's all water under the bridge. She came to me to talk to me like a person, and that is why I was more able to forgive. I didn't have to chase her down, fight other people just to get her to talk to me. She didn't half-ass it just to get me to go away. She sincerely, on her own volition, there was no fakeness or anything, just came to my stream, to my Twitch chat to talk to me one day. Do any of you understand what I'm saying and trying to get at? Trying to talk and reach an understanding with some of you is, again, like pulling teeth, and I don't understand why, when it shouldn't and doesn't have to. For the people in the back that still somehow don't understand the message and lesson for this, it's simple. What I'm trying to convey here in this section of the updated video is sincerity, maturity, and simply trying to understand your double standards. Because the math ain't mathin', and the JP community isn't exempt from this either. I'm disappointed in some of you as well, with how you treat us Westerners. We matter just as much as you do, and I don't understand why some of you act, I want to say, snobby towards Westerners, almost prejudice-like. I'd like to end that as well, because it doesn't matter what you are. Keeping the IP alive is what matters at the end of the day. I want all of us to get along, because at the end of the day, we're a community / player base. Whether you're a JP or a Westerner, every one of us matters. We're all playing the same game, no? Does keeping the IP around matter more to you in the long run, or some childish beef towards a group of people that, at the end of the day, won't matter? And more so, if half of the player base disappears, then, well, that's just less people keeping the IP alive. And to add to that, I'm already friends with and or able to talk to some JP players. I'd like to be friends with more of you guys over there on the JP side too. I overall, as a whole, think everyone needs to chill out. Now with that being said, I believe I said everything I wanted to say for now. And Mink, bro, I don't even know whose side you're on, but I don't think I even know you anymore. I don't think you're the same guy I spent nights with, hanging out with, and shooting the shit with. I even, on the making of the video at the time, aka December 16th, when I was making the script, I tried to reach out to you, and you never responded. But you chose to talk about me in Lounge and Twitch, and went on about me in my chat, calling me a feeder for wanting to, and to be fair, I shouldn't have done this. I'm not completely a saint in this either. I am guilty of one thing. If you want to blame me for something,
no, I put the wrong code in.
Run out.
I put the wrong code in because I'm stupid. I thought the fucking bullet was circle because I'm fucking stupid.
I am guilty of this. I'll agree with you on this. I shouldn't have, due to the matchup, been playing Agito. I shouldn't have done that in all Foamers lineup. I'm sorry. That's on me. But also, in my defense, who the fuck plays all Foamers all night? Like, genuinely. Does that even sound... No, dude. Like, I'm not doing that. That doesn't sound like fun at all for my last night playing this game. Or at the time was my last night playing the game. My I played one more time on December 18th. You know, the last day of the cup. Because I thought the game was getting shut down. Otherwise, I wouldn't have came back again. Yeah, that was at the time my last night before I ducked back down to work on Beyond. I'm literally not a problem. This literally could have all been avoided if nothing happened. I was literally going to be out of everyone's hair after the end of the night. I was never going to come back. That was like, I was going to be gone for a long period of time before thinking about coming back. Like, I'm not doing all Foamers all night. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Also, in my defense, I either went positive or I did okay. I did okay, great, amazing, or even carried in some of them. We won a fair bit too. We were acting like we lost every single match. It's no secret that I prefer Rapid Agito. That's like common knowledge. So, why are you acting all surprised when I and Agito main wants to play Agito? It's what I do best 9 out of 10 times. You know this. You get the point. Unless I'm having an off day, or if a member on their team is doing well with keeping me at bay, or just happens to be better than me, then that will reflect in my gameplay, obviously. And I will thus perform badly, as I'm someone who performs based on how confident they're feeling. But anyways, because I'm skilled, and honestly, this is a secret fact about me, but since winning is apparently so important and because I stopped playing at the time due to burnout, but I'm apparently supposed to originally a top 10, top 5 player in the world. I just didn't get the badge because I again stopped playing for a few days due to burnout and having work at the time the next morning. Thus, I fell back in placement. The badge you see me wear is a result of that. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to run Rapid Agudo, then let me, as long as I'm not throwing or completely ruining the match, which I didn't. In fact, I even swapped off. I even went Ramsey and went positive with him as well. If I'm performing well, then who gives a shit what core I run? Side note, if it was up to me, I would have shot cores removed from the game. There. Problem solved! Now we're back to what we were prior, and we're not complaining about who's using what. Oh, you're using Power Shot! Oh, you're using Rapid Augie! Fuck, childish, man. But anyways, yeah, I'm being told this, I'm being told I'm selling, like, bro, you're acting like I ran Tri-Shot or Long Range Rave or something in a ranked match with the way some of you are talking to me. Now that would be selling. I could show you selling, don't test me! Like, are we being dead ass getting this mad at me because I wasn't interested in running all foamers for the whole night? Are we dead ass right now? And how was I supposed to know they were gonna do that all night long? I thought it was just gonna be for like a match or two to kind of troll and fuck around. And I still did alright despite the range difference. Yes, Augie should not be used for this kind of thing. I know that. I'm not a dumbass. But I was not only feeling myself, and it would just mean I gotta try flanking and attacking the enemy when they weren't looking, but I took this as a means of challenging myself. And which one is it? Am I selling or am I bullying? Make up your minds already. You guys keep changing the narrative. If you're gonna try accusing me of shit, try sticking with one narrative / try staying on the same page, you two. And make sure if there's actual dirt to be dug up on me and not just see you pulling shit out of your asses. I understand. I understand, Conductor. You're upset about what happened in real life. I understand that, and I just so happen to be in proximity, but don't take your anger out on me, as I've personally done nothing wrong to you. After you're done, make sure your story is straight and actually makes sense, yeah? It's just gonna be another reason I left, and trust me, I left for a plethora of reasons. And that other reason is everyone likes to bicker and argue all the time and complain, but never stopped to maybe sit down with each other after calming down and reaching conclusion / understanding, let alone stop to look at the bigger picture. Do some of you realize that maybe you're the problem making the game unfun? Being toxic is, guess what? Killing the game even faster. I find it ironic you all say that you care about foam and want to preserve it, but everything you guys are doing is like the opposite of that.
Let's go.
Oh crap.
Okay, you slow ass motherfucker. Come on, hey. Come on, come on! We're gonna leave you! We're leaving you!
I'm like one of the only people that actually cares and are doing everything in their power to preserve what we do have left. But it seems no matter what I do, it doesn't seem to ever matter. Because I'm part of a community that doesn't seem to care or want to help out. You wonder why everyone else left? Has it occurred to you why all our friends left? Aside from lack of content, a lot of that is because they're all making it unwelcoming and toxic. Me, Quant, Sashi, and Hawaiian all went to get up and leave. We walked away and we haven't looked back. Like, that's 4 people you just made leave the game in one night. Like, that's even less people either playing or thinking about coming back to the game. Good job. Hope you're happy and accomplished what you wanted. Like, even making me want to leave is a feat within itself. And that's saying something, as I'm a pretty diehard for the game. And I actually care for it. 7.5 because fuck it, I'm saying this. Hypothetically, let's say your story is true and that I was stacking. Even if I was stacking, so what? That's like what a good chunk of people do. That's like what a lot of the community and a lot of people do, and nothing is ever said to them. We have stackers who do it daily, rolling lobbies and making teams uneven. Oh, it's okay for them to do it. Nothing is ever said to them. Tell me, what's your excuse for them? Leave them alone. They're just trying to have fun. Oh yeah? So was I, but alone. And look what that got me. But yeah, I'm the bad guy though. I'm somehow the bully at the end of the day for wanting to play the game by myself and have some fun. The one night I choose to come back after being gone for several weeks and months. You know how I feel when I go against a stack? I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, it's a stack. Well, this is gonna be fun. GG's. 8. Quantum was after me, not you. I was the target, alright? So you can stop playing the victim card because no one was after you, let alone wanted to bully you. Simply were only in our matches by coincidence. You just so happened to be there. But you came to those conclusions that we were bullying you on your own without sitting there thinking about it, let alone you didn't choose to come to us to confirm it, or you didn't come into my stream to talk to me, or him, or anyone else that was involved. It might be best if I also explain this as well to further prove my point. So basically, from time to time, when I'm streaming Foam, right, Quantum here will pop up and stream snipe me to get into my matches. This part is very important, so listen up. He'll stream snipe me, but I allow it. I allow him to stream snipe me. In fact, I fully encourage that he does. And do you know why? Because when he gets into my matches, it ends up being fun. That's right. I let Quantum Whale here stream snipe me from time to time, because it makes for a better and fun match. I'll end up getting some skilled players in my lobby. And if I respect you enough or deem you good enough, I'll make you a rival of mine. And whenever people I deem as such end up in my match, whether on my team or against, mostly against me, I start getting really excited because I know I'll be in store for a good match. It will make for some fun entertainment, if you will. So that night was just him trying to get into my lobbies, since I haven't played the game in several months, if not weeks. So that night was essentially me returning to the game, again, only for all of that drama to happen and once again push me away from the game. And made me go back to what I was doing prior to thinking about picking it back up. Since some of you do know that fact, that I will intentionally nerf myself if I'm winning too much, which I have been asked this question that night. Are you nerfing yourself? No, I wasn't nerfing myself. I literally just hopped on. Why would I nerf myself right out of the gate? If I was nerfing myself, I wouldn't be using Rapid. Oh yeah, to add more context and prove myself further, I'll even explain another time he did this. This happened outside of Foamstars, which really shocked me and caught me off guard, because I didn't even know at the time that he had the game. Man, I wish I would have clipped that, but it no longer exists as it was a VOD. It was funny seeing my action to suddenly seeing him in my lobby, but he's not here right now, otherwise I would ask him this. He's laying down right now as we speak, but...
Absolutely.
I summoned this man like a goddamn Pokemon. You remember that one day that I was streaming Garden Warfare 2? We were in party chat. I think you were chatting in stream at the time. Anyways, I was streaming Garden Warfare 2 one day. I was having fun, playing Sunflower, but this man ran up on me and killed me with his toxic brains out of nowhere. I at first thought nothing of it. I was like, oh, I saw the name of Sid Toxic Brains, or at least till I saw the name of Sid Toxic Brains. It took me like 6 seconds for it to kick in and for me to realize. I was like, you've been vanquished by Quantum. Well, oh, okay. Wait, what the? This man's in my match? What is he doing here? But yeah, we started laughing and giggling and shit for the whole evening. We just played matches. Like at times when this man wanted me dead, this motherfucker wanted me dead. And me not being that good or having all the good variants, since all my variants are in the first game. So yeah, he fucked me up good. But you want to know what? It was all in the name of fun. Which that's also, Garden Warfare is also another franchise that's on life support. Literally hasn't had an update for a decade. But you want to know what? That game is still being largely played every day. Every day, players will hop on to keep the game relevant and alive. Hell, even Jinxie played the game. So there, I explained what actually happened that night. You weren't being targeted, you weren't being bullied. If anything, I was what he wanted. Not you. You just happened to be in our matches by coincidence. In fact, we had no way of knowing you would be on. First of all, her profile is privated. Second, when would we have time to plan this? I literally haven't interacted with Quantum that night until the drama happened. When I went to him to inquire about something, I was like, hey, are you Haru? No. And then we went into this whole conversation. And then, yeah. But yeah, I haven't interacted with him that night until you did that. In fact, you being in my matches wasn't something I was expecting or thinking I would. I didn't think I would have to account for that, and I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry you for some reason feel mad at me for that. Because I didn't want to play only foamers all night, and that it didn't seem fun for me on my last night playing. Didn't mean for that to happen, alright? But instead of blocking me instantly, instead of pulling me to the side and talking to me about it, maybe you would have known all of this, yeah? And some misunderstandings could have been cleared up. Or well, at least some, because again, I wasn't expecting this to happen. I'm not a goddamn X-Men, okay? I can't foretell the future. I'm not psychic. I'm not Jean Grey. I'm not Charles Xavier, and I wasn't expecting him to do it that night. But I'm glad he did, because I got to have some fun, even if it wasn't much. But no. Instead, what he chose to do was spread this lie around and start a drama war about me and Quantum and Sashi, even though it wasn't Sashi, stacking up to bully. I want you to know and understand. Do you know how dumb this sounds? Not only would bullying be something I wouldn't do, but stacking to do it, no less to you. Someone I was friends with and on good standing with before this happened, mind you. So this hatred for me or whatever further makes no sense and just kind of feels out of nowhere for me. And overall, leaving me confused. 9. How dare you accuse me of doing such a thing? That honestly hurt me more than you'll ever know. Even the inkling of a possibility of me doing such a thing. I think I've been nothing but kind, thoughtful, and patient with a lot of you, with this community. And doing that, frankly, also go against my morals. I'm just sad and depressed that I got treated this way after everything I've done. I've wanted nothing but to bring everyone together and keep what we do have alive. Because I actually care. You think being positive and the voice of reason who tries keeping everyone together is easy? Because I can assure you it's not. I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired of this bullshit. Of trying to keep you guys from fighting and starting drama wars that we just don't need. Some of you all act like children. Just like I will give myself a choice, I will also give you some choices. And this choice will matter greatly. Whether I come back or stay gone for good. It'll be up to you guys to decide the fate of Beyond and Foamstars in general. As for the choices, they're more so questions, but with the choices. And by that I mean, for example, question number 1. What do I mean to you as a person? You guys only like me because of my function and what I do? Or do you actually like me as a person? If so, why does it feel as though none of you know anything about me, despite a lot of you being close friends? And by the way, you don't need to feel pressured with your answers. Like, if you only like me for my functions and what I do, i.e. making concepts and fan-made content, being a mediator, or just having someone to talk to and confide in, and if this sounds like you, then that's completely fine. Yeah, it'll hurt me in a way, but I'll respect you at the end of the day. I'll hold nothing against you at the end of the day, because I'll think, at least they were honest.
Oh.
Jay?
I thought
you had
you were
double. Literally, both of our points combined didn't even reach how much you had.
You're right. So, I didn't realize. So I was like, oh. Didn't have the goal to sit up here and lie to me. I can't be too mad at them for that. Or, if you do like me as a person and what I do stand for, then that'll make me feel nice, but only if you truly feel this way. If this sounds like you, then comment that down below. Either way, no matter what your answers are, I will be reading them. For those of you I'm not that close with, what do you think of me as a person in general, from an outside view? My next question is, would you like to see fan-made work from me? And if so, would you support and stand with me to ensure that happens? I do have many characters and storylines I want to introduce to the world of Bath Vegas, but I have to know if you'll stand with me. And soon my movement as well, which that movement being #SaveFoamstars. Yeah, I support that movement, by the way, that hashtag. I love Foamstar fanatics. But I need to know your answers to these questions, so I know if continuing to work on this is even worth my time, effort, and even money. Next question, if I made a Foamstars Beyond Discord server / with my own side of town that was ran by me and maybe a few other people, would you join it? And be honest. Next question, if me and Quantum opened back up that Thank You Ricky-san letter, how many of you would actually sign it? Because when we first done this, none of you signed it. I literally spread word of it in the lounge. Nobody signed it. It was just me, Quantum, and Hawaiian that signed it. All we were asking for is for it to be signed. And we can't even put our differences aside and just sign it. Can't even put our differences aside to do that. To do one simple thing. To just...
That almost fell on me.
Skill issue.
What?
It was a skill issue, bitch.
Sign it. You don't even have to write out a whole paragraph like I did. Even just a simple thank you, Ricky-san, would have sufficed. But no. Apparently, we can't even do that. Honestly, I find that to be so sad. So pitiful. Apparently, we're not thankful for this game we care about so much. We're not thankful to our creator for all the fun times his creation has given us. I know. Trust me. I understand perfectly that you all hate Quantum. but couldn't you at least have done it for me? What if I made the form instead? Would that get you guys to sign the thank you letter so it could be signed to Ricky? I mean, that is part of why I'm even making Foamstars Beyond to begin with. That's another reason why. One of those reasons is it's to thank Ricky-san. It is partly as thanks to Ricky-san. I want to thank him for bringing foam in my life. It made me happy. Hell, it even inspired me. It inspired me to pick up a pencil and try my hand at art. No other game has managed to accomplish something like that. The fact your game and IP is so fun to me that I'm willing to work for you free of charge, no questions asked, says something. And since he's inspired me and made me happy, I want to do that in return for him. Done a lot for me. I want to do the same in return. Call me Makoto Naegi because I'm the student of hope and ultimate debater. As for the rest of my reasons, again, they'll be explained in a later video as this is getting long. But remember, with me, your voice always matters. Don't forget that. And don't forget that. And about those choices as well, as I do want to hear from you all.
I'm not sure I need much of an introduction. You all know who I am. If you don't know me by my voice, you'll know me by my name of Quantum Whale. And I am extremely conflicted about this video. I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I am going to say a lot of names in this. Many people I'm going to say specifically by name and call out their behavior. If you use my words as weaponry of any kind, you are no better than they are. If you are somebody who I mention in this part, I have no disdain towards you as a person. And nobody who watches this should have disdain for anybody I mention either. All I ask is that everybody I mention here apologizes and says that they will do better. If they do that, everything is fine. That is all I ask. I do not ask to tear people down, I do not ask to ruin people's lives, and I do not even ask for people to stop disliking me, which will be a common theme throughout this, but I want to make something clear. I do not care if you don't like me. There are a lot of people in this community that don't like me, and that is perfectly fine. I'm going to say someone's name right now, but it's because they're a shiningly good example of what I'm trying to say. NeoWild. I'm not entirely sure how much he plays the game anymore, but he is a shining good example for what I'm saying here. It's not a hidden fact, at least to me, that he doesn't really like me at all. If I ever type in his chat, he basically never agrees with what it is that I'm saying. He acts distant if I'm ever in the matches, and he seems annoyed if I ever win, and all of that's fine. Do you know why it's all fine? Because that's all private in between us. He keeps his dislike for me all to himself and to me. That is a shining example of what you should do. Seriously, I don't hate Neo at all. In fact, given the way that this community is, I really like Neo for this. This is not a call-out. This is seriously me saying that Neo is one of the greatest examples of a person in this community. And the reason for that is he doesn't go after people.
Alright. It's headed to
It's going around the other side.
It's headed to double tap. It's at the double tap one. It's gonna be the double tap one for you, Hawaiian. Whenever you're ready, of course.
Can someone come down here so I can buy Jug without dying? Because like, it takes like a 30-second animation.
I'm coming.
30
No, I swear to God it does.
Which is what I'm trying to say. Do not go after anybody I mention in this video. If anybody I mention is attacked by somebody who uses my words as weaponry, or anyone else in this video's words as weaponry for that matter, do DM me. I have DMs open on Discord, here's my Discord, and PlayStation messages, which this is my PlayStation username. My messages are open. If you get attacked by anybody, message me, tell me, I will apologize directly to you. I will take full accountability for anybody who chooses to use my words as weaponry in this video, because I'm not trying to act like a benevolent god here. I have made my fair share of mistakes as well, and I will mention some of them.
There's not a new round. Why are we... Oh, the insta-kill wore off.
I'm coming.
I didn't realize the insta-kill wore off.
Some of them here in this video. I simply wish for change to happen in this community and for people to stop needing to hide, for people to stop needing to run away. So I'm going to start with someone who is mentioned in depth in the previous part by Jay, which is Conductor. However, I don't really have many negative things to say about Conductor. When it comes to my experiences with Conductor, the only experiences that I really have with Conductor are the fact that she really thinks I hate her. She really does think that I absolutely do not like her. And many of the things that she does that ends up harming me in any way are because of the fact that she thinks that I don't like her. However, I would like to provide evidence of I do not hate Conductor in any way whatsoever. Not even now. For one, here's a message chain I had with Conductor a while back. You see this message right here, where I say that I don't really think that I could give tips to a black metal barista. This says, or at least implies, that I think Conductor is a better baristador player than me. Which, by the way, I personally think Barista is my third best character in the game, only behind Melty and Soa. If I didn't like Conductor for any given reason, I would have absolutely no reason to admit that Conductor is simply better than me at this game. And yet I did. Number 2, despite me believing that Conductor is better than I am with Barista, Conductor had specifically asked me to review one of her gameplays and make a video dissecting it and telling her what she could have done better. And I did this. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to make the video. I uploaded it unlisted to where literally nobody but Conductor could watch it. Again, why would I do this to somebody that I actively do not like? As well as, it's still up to this day. I haven't deleted it, I haven't privated it. If I suddenly started hating Conductor, I would not leave that video up so that Conductor could then go back and watch it again. That doesn't make sense. And another thing is, back in that message chain a while back, I asked Conductor if she wanted to join a private party that I had with some friends of mine. Conductor was somebody I thought of as somebody who I wanted to be in a private party with. This private party was specifically so that I could get footage for a YouTube video, and I specifically wanted Conductor to be present. If I didn't like Conductor, I would not want Conductor to be present, not only in my vicinity to begin with, but in my YouTube video even. Not only that, but I also specifically asked for her boundaries when it comes to having her name in the YouTube video. Which again, if I had any dislike for Conductor, why would I ask for boundaries of all things, right? And the last thing, I can't really prove this necessarily, but when I was making my all-character tutorial, some of the baristador tips were specifically curated for Conductor. I knew Conductor was looking forward to this video. I was told by her specifically that she was looking forward to the barista section of this video. So some of the things that I said were specifically for Conductor. Things that I noticed maybe she could improve on if simply she listened to what I was saying in the video. All of these things, I would have done none of the above if I had any reason to hate Conductor whatsoever. So, no, I do not hate Conductor. Even now, I have no reason to hate Conductor. And you, watching this, also have no reason to hate Conductor. Conductor feels like she was hurt by me. And whatever I did, whatever I said that made you feel like I don't like you, I am sorry for that. Because I'm sure there was something. I'm sure I did something wrong that caused you to believe that I don't like you and that I am out to get you. Whatever that something was, I apologize for it. Because whatever it is that I did has started to constantly make you feel attacked and targeted by things. And it really is my fault for that. Because if I hadn't done, I don't even remember what it was that I did. I have no idea. And I say this not as an excuse, but as an explanation. I am diagnosed with ADHD. Things that come obvious to you do not come so readily to me. It's a problem I can't fix, and yet it's a problem I caused. I hope that this makes it very clear to Conductor that I do not hate her. And I also hope it makes it clear that I feel like really most of Conductor's actions towards me were justified. Somebody I do want to hear a bit of an apology from, though, is White Dragon Kiri. There's not much to say here, since she has privately apologized to me for many things, which is great, which is absolutely fantastic. That's something that I want from practically everybody that I'm going to mention here in this video. That said, there are a few things that I just want to get out there. Number 1, can you please stop trying to find out who Haru Rara is? Yeah, so while the video was being made, Jay was told something and we should probably put this here. Kiri herself told Jay some things that seem to imply that this is mostly an issue with Conductor now, but when it comes to this part specifically about Haru Rara, this is mostly directed towards Conductor and the group of people that are still trying to accuse Haru Rara of being Hawaiian for the most part. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, that's basically not Kiri anymore. So I just wanted to say that because Kiri's name deserves to be cleared, since literally what I asked is for her to stop doing that, and she stopped doing that. Haru Rara specifically made her alt account to try to get away from all this community business. She wanted an account where she could simply hide away.
We hit him, we got him. Stop shooting him! He is gone!
What do you mean stop shooting?
He is dead already! The phase ended!
Oh!
Hide away from the community, which shouldn't even be necessary in the first place, by the way. That's why she made this alt account. And now here we are, trying to take that away from her. We are specifically trying to find the secret identity of someone who made an account specifically to hide their identity so that they could have fun playing the game again without worrying about the community. And yet still the community is finding a way to go and harass her by trying to find out who she is. I am asking you calmly to please stop. She wishes to remain anonymous. Grant her that right. You didn't grant me that right, which, by the way, I specifically asked you don't tell anyone that I am Trixie Pony, so I have to ask Kiri, why did Conductor know that I was Trixie Pony? If you listened to what it was I said, which was me asking you not to tell anybody, how did Conductor figure it out? Might it be that you, didn't listen? But anyway, back to Haru Urara. You guys have been seriously trying so hard to just throw random people under the bus and say that they're Haru Urara. First it was Sasha Kiru, and then it's HaynHunter. So now who's next? Atomic Bunny? Lula Cannibal? Kankupo even? Just cut the shit. Just leave her alone, please. Again, these are all really minor things. Seriously, none of these are really major issues because Kiri has specifically apologized for the major issues that I had. So, they will not be mentioned. They will simply remain private matters. There's another member of Kiri's group that I want to mention, but they are not a problem at all. Ingrown Mink. I think Ingrown Mink is an extremely good example for somebody, just like Neowile. Why? Well, for one, Mink has specifically messaged me, which is something that not a lot of other people who deem me to hate them end up doing. Mink sent me a message to confirm their suspicion about if I do or do not dislike them. I received messages from Mink, which I'm not going to show because I'm not just going to randomly show private messages of people, but yes, Ingrown Mink messaged me asking me simply if I don't like them. And of course, I have no reason not to like Mink. In fact, I found a clip from a while back where I dive into like a ridiculously ill-advised situation just to save Ingrown Mink. This is a really funny clip because why did I do that? So absolutely major props to Ingrown Mink for doing exactly what me and Jay all want people to do. Just communicate. Simply communicate your qualms with people. If you don't like somebody or think somebody doesn't like you, all you have to do is communicate. And that's what Mink did. Now, I do believe Mink has still some sort of resentment for me. And again, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I've seen Mink doing some bizarre things in matches against me, like playing from across the map as Ramsey when I'm Melty, almost like they were testing me to see if I would target them or not. Like, I don't know, Mink has done some things, but all of those things are entirely fine. Playing Ramsey weird? Entirely within moral right. Thinking that I'm annoying? Not liking me? Completely within moral right. Ingrown Mink has done nothing wrong. I just wanted to mention them because they're a part of Kiri's group that often plays with them. And I feel like it's nice to mention that I specifically have zero issue with them. So we move on away from Kiri's group now and on to some other people. But first, I want to mention a situation that I believe I handled extremely poorly, which is a situation with Pulce, or Pulse as most of you know her as, but I'm going to be calling her Pulce because Pulce is an Italian word, and she's an Italian woman. There was a time where I was in Pulce's stream, and I was having a conversation with someone in her chat. The person in the chat said that Chloe's power shot is a straight...
We got him.
I will be ready.
Don't
by
shoot
the
at him.
time,
Don't shoot at him.
yeah.
We're good. Save your ammo.
Alright, I'm alright.
I said save your ammo as you fucking max ammo. It's a Panzer thing.
Where?
Everywhere.
In front of me.
I literally don't see any.
Are you sure?
Help me!
Are you sure, Jay?
I literally didn't see any.
Oh, I'm not dead.
Chloe's power shot is a straight upgrade and there's no reason not to use it. I was calmly, very calmly explaining why I don't think it's a straight upgrade. How it makes the shots move slower, which is definitely a downside. It is not a straight upgrade. If you prefer it, that's fine, but it's not a straight upgrade. And eventually, Pulche ended up saying that we need to like check our behavior, right? And if this argument escalates, we're both gonna get timed out for the rest of the stream. Pulche even then sent me a direct message saying, if this behavior continues, I'm going to time you out. This pissed me off because I was simply having an extremely civil conversation with somebody, and that somebody was a moderator and friend of Pulche's, so I saw this as straight up favoritism. So what did I do? Well, I completely stopped watching Pulche, never watched another one of her streams ever again, and started telling other people about this situation, which is stupid. Why did I do that? Because I was angry. And that's not an excuse. I definitely should have done better, because literally the only thing I said to Pulche was I wasn't doing anything wrong but okay, and then never mentioned the situation ever again, and then just started spreading shit about her to other people. This is literally exactly what I'm telling other people not to do, and I did it myself. That was stupid. I am stupid. I am taking accountability. I hope others follow in my stead. But, Pulche, I still do not know what I was doing wrong in that conversation. However, there was no way for you to know that, because I didn't communicate that. So, who is at fault in this situation? 100% me. Absolutely me. Every single thing I did there was acting straight up out of anger and nothing more. And, Pulche, if you are watching this, which I have no idea if you will be, I want to say this. That is why I stopped messaging you. I, rarely messaged you, and when I did, I was dismissive, I was distant. I seriously did not like you for that, and that is stupid. I really should have handled that situation better, but I didn't, because I'm an idiot. So, my bad, Pulche. 100% my bad. However, a situation I did believe I was within my right of happened, and these are some names that I really am afraid to say, but again, I'm just trying to be inclusive. I'm not trying to let anyone be extra targeted than they need to be. So, Ultra Ken. I need to tell a story about a situation that I had with him. So, we were in a private party. I was trying to get footage. I was playing as Quaff. Cool. I don't exactly remember how the conversation started, but he mentioned he thought Ramsey was an S-tier character. I mentioned I think Ramsey's a B-tier character. Ken asks, how? How in the fuck do you think Ramsey's a B-tier character? And I started explaining it. I explained why I thought Ramsey was a B-tier character, and for whatever reason, Ken started getting mad. Maybe it was my tone, maybe it was the fact that what I was saying sounded more like it was targeted towards him, calling him unintelligent. I'm not saying he was not within his right to be mad. I'm just saying that is what happened. He got angry. He started saying things that made me angry. He was saying things that made me feel like I was being targeted. Made me feel like he was calling me unknowledgeable, like my opinions were straight up unbelievable. Like I straight up shouldn't have opinions because they're bad. I felt that way, so I got angry. This situation escalated for a while until it was dismissed somehow. I don't remember how it was disarmed. I think it was disarmed by Ken saying, I'm gonna stop before I get even more angry, I believe Ken was the one that disarmed the situation. But regardless, after the whole situation died down, Ken left and started messaging Sashi about this situation, saying how he was pissed off at me, that I laughed at him, this and that and the other. And Sashi came to me and started scrutinizing my behavior. I explained everything. I explained that I was angry, even though she said I didn't sound angry. She thought I was making fun of him and calmly just laughing at him, which, no. Whenever I laughed, which they mentioned this laugh a lot, when I laughed, I was attempting to disarm the situation. I was trying to lighten up the mood. I misjudged the emotion of the situation, and this made Ken even more angry. So both of us got mad at major misunderstandings. Ken got mad at my tone, thought I was being aggressive, thought I was talking shit about him. I had the exact same thing. I was starting to get angry at his tone. I thought he was saying things about me, insulting my character. He misunderstood some laugh as me laughing at him. We all just had a giant chain of misunderstandings that could have been chalked up to being misunderstandings. But instead, he and Sashi continued to attack me, continued to blame everything on me. This situation, they doubled down. They have like tripled down on the situation to this day.
Right here. Right here. Right here. I didn't pick it up. Hang on. Y'all stay there. Hold on.
They still say I was trying to justify my behavior and that I need to step back and check my behavior. Why are you allowed to justify your behavior with I was mad at you and I thought that you were laughing at me, but I am not allowed to justify my behavior with I was mad at you and I thought you were insulting me? This is a double standard that constantly exists in this community, and especially these people in particular. So for Ken, literally all I want is you to say that we both messed up and we can both move on. That is literally it. Yes, Ken, we both got mad for the exact same reason. It was all a misunderstanding. I misunderstood you, you misunderstood me. Why are we incapable of admitting that both people can be at fault in a situation? Why is it black and white? Why does it have to be one person or the other? It's not. It's both. Both of us fucked up that day. Both of us should admit that both of us fucked up. It's that simple. As for Sashi, why do you constantly hold people to standards that you don't hold for yourself? You specifically accused me of guilt tripping and said you wouldn't stand for it. That's ironic, given, take a look at this on the screen right now. You accused Jay of being the same as someone who attacked him, who made like 15 different videos attacking him. Somebody he didn't even fucking...
Damn, that was fucking loud. Holy shit, that actually made me jump.
Didn't even fucking know, decided to straight up attack him. You compared him to that guy, specifically that guy, because Jay wanted to defend himself. This isn't guilt tripping though. Specifically choosing the person that attacked Jay, specifically choosing that person and comparing it to Jay himself is not guilt tripping. But you won't stand for me guilt tripping when I said I'm gonna uninstall the game, which I literally did. I haven't played the game for months at this point. Again, the irony.
I want to cut in really quick to mention something. It'll get mentioned more in depth later, but me, Sashi, and Ken had a situation where we did in fact discuss this situation. I did mention this exact thing, that they accused me of guilt tripping for doing something that I actually did. And Ken's response to that was, to be fair, that's what it sounded like to me too. Okay, cool, if both of you thought it sounded like guilt tripping, that's whatever, but why are you guys incapable of apologizing for it after the fact? Literally admitting straight to my face that both of you thought it was guilt tripping and yet still refusing to apologize for misunderstanding me. The lack of accountability within these people is unbelievable.
Because you've guilt tripped me too. Look at this right here. I did not want to play this fucking game. But look at what you did. You started telling me how much people are gonna stop wanting to play with you. Blah, 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 blah. This isn't guilt tripping? Really? You're not guilt tripping me right here? Or are you guilt tripping me? And you only think it's a problem when other people guilt trip. Why do you hold other people accountable for things you do not hold yourself accountable for? Another example is you saying that I have been told many times of things that A, I've never been fucking explained, but B, I don't listen. So let's take a look at this message, which I am going to black out because it is literally just me calling out Sashi's faults right in front of her face. But I explained it calmly. I was like, hey, you should probably stop doing this. And her response is simply, I don't see how that's related. And she continued to do it and never changed a damn thing. But it's a problem when I do it. okay, this isn't looking particularly good, but, you know, it's fine, I guess, right? Okay, well, there's a little bit more here. I was willing to push all of this aside and continue being friends with you. I was willing to give you all of the grace in the world until you just started messaging Jay and telling him every single fucking fault that you think I have. You just messaged Jay, someone that you knew I was becoming close friends with, and started telling him every single thing wrong with me. Why did you do that? Tell me honestly. You think that you are on the good side and that I am on the bad side of history. Why are you just randomly telling people that you know I am friends with everything wrong with me, which seems almost like an effort to ensure I'm not able to make friends? Which I'm sure that's not what it was. I'm sure you had a much more benevolent reason than that. You also preach constantly, oh, I don't want any drama or things like that. And yet here you are going straight into Jay's DMs and making sure you tell him about every single fault that you think I have as a person. Is it really that you don't want drama, or is it just you don't want to be the recipient of drama? Because someone who really doesn't want drama isn't gonna fucking do that, clearly. But again, it's just a bunch of small things where it just feels like you don't ever hold yourself to standards that you hold other people to. Also, Jay has sided with me. Jay, who is somebody, in your words, is an absolute sweetheart. You specifically told me that Jay is a sweetheart. So therefore, you either accept that you are not the sweetheart because Jay is against you, or, once again, not admit that you were incorrect ever and start going after me and Jay for this video. Also, by the way, a friend of mine ended up asking about this situation. She came over to my house and ended up asking about why I don't have Foamstars installed anymore, so I kind of had to explain a bit. And eventually I asked her, like, you have known me since 2nd grade. I'm 21, by the way. She has known me since 2nd grade. I asked, when was the last time I guilt-tripped you? She thought for, like, 30 seconds and just said, right now, because she couldn't think of anything. Here's the messages of me asking specifically if I'm allowed to say this in the video. To be clear, I'm not saying I've never messed up anything. What I am saying is that you're just saying stuff. Yeah, I can't let you off that easy, can I? That was going to be the end of it. But after the making of this video, but prior to the release of it, some things happened. Be they personally to me, or be they being seen in the Discord. Because I can see the Discord. I have a link that lets me see stuff in the Foamstars Discord. I'm not in the Foamstars Discord, but I can see what happens in the Foamstars Discord. And there's more to unpack now than there was before. For starters, JJ organized a little group chat for me, Sashi, and Ken to come together and try to talk about the whole everything, basically. I explained my situation. Basically what I had felt like is that so many people in this game were just like, they basically out to get me in a way. And I've seen proof of people talking shit about me, whatever, people lying about me, particularly Conductor, all the stuff like that, and I never really let it bother me. But there's a point where just suddenly Sashi began joining in on that, and I was like, alright, this is kind of just the end, whatever, I'm gonna stop playing the game. So she was the breaking point. I tell her all this, and she literally just straight up refuses to apologize. She states, I have done nothing wrong. I have no reason to apologize. Everything I did because I thought it was right. You still shouldn't make this video, by the way, because it'll start drama. By the way, I still agree with everything everyone said about you. Also, I didn't make you quit. You could have kept playing. Definitely couldn't even be anything like I felt unwelcome or anything. No. She physically forced my hand. That's exactly what I was saying, right? We're not doing this. What should we start with? I think what we should start with is we should start with the I've done nothing wrong thing, and I don't want any drama thing. You claim to do every single thing that you do because you don't want drama, you just want to keep drama out of this community. Then could you explain this? One person you didn't like. One person you didn't like. Let me be clear here. One person, decided that she wanted to play the game again. She wanted to get on this game and play it a little bit more. You went into the Discord server that you moderate and talked shit about her, explained to her constantly these things that happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago! And you just talked so much shit about her, just like, man, she's terrible, blah, blah, whatever. People can't change, right? She's so terrible. This all happened 2 years ago. You should fucking ping me when she's on so I can go and find her.
By the way, she has a Discord server and she streams, by the way. I'm not saying this for any reason in particular or anything. I would never want to start drama or anything. But, because no, talking shit in a public Discord server when you have a moderator role and people look up to you isn't starting drama or anything like that, no. No, you're not just resurfacing old drama or anything. It couldn't possibly be that because you're not the recipient. And if you want to say, okay, there are some things that can be done that cannot be forgiven. If you do certain things, then you can't be forgiven no matter how long ago it was, and it should be explained to people that this happened, right? Then why did you let a certain moderator that did certain intriguing things to people without their consent, why did you let him remain a moderator? And this is not Sashi's fault. However, Sashi enabled it. Sashi frequently told people, oh, he's changing, whatever. See, I'm his friend, right? Whenever I tell him to do stuff, he listens, right? Why don't you ever bring that up? You're never going to bring that one up? You'll bring the other one up even when she's not playing the game. But you're never going to bring that one up? A certain moderator, you know, his name, I can't exactly remember. It's something to do with a certain K9. All I know is he was pretty bad. Y'all didn't even kick him from the server, by the way. He left of his own accord. And he specifically asked for Sashi to become the moderator in his stead, and y'all abided it. His last wish, by the way, doing things that are literally objectively worse than what the person you're complaining about did. But alright, whatever. That wasn't Sashi's fault. Sure. Fine. Well, let's look at all the other stuff that I mentioned over in this part about her. Things that she did to me. Not looking particularly fantastic, but okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Why exactly do you feel like you didn't have to apologize to me? Tell me, what exactly happened to you? Look at this message right here. Long time ago, where you apologized for something so tame, so minor, so insignificant, and yet you apologized for it. What happened to this person? What happened to this one? You went from apologizing for little things to believing that you're always in the right, and maybe you can make the argument that I changed. I changed enough that you didn't feel the need to have to apologize to me. And yeah, of course, I changed. I changed enough that I'm now closer friends with an absolute sweetheart than I am with whatever the fuck this is. Is that really a negative change? Is it really? The same person that claims she doesn't want any drama, actively refusing to apologize for creating it. Actively bringing back old dramas from over 2 years ago. It's really funny. If you bring up the things that I mentioned in this video being so long ago that they don't really matter, then you're admitting that you're a hypocrite because you're complaining about things that happened so long ago. But if you admit that you care about things that happened so long ago, then you admit that my evidence is foolproof. Wow. Would you look at that? You want to sit here and tell me that this is our leader. Now, I want to make this abundantly fucking clear. You better not fucking say anything to her. If you all start dogpiling this bitch, I will make a fucking video about you. I will make a video about you if you try to turn this into more than it needs to be. Do you see the screenshots I showed earlier? Screenshots of her being really nice and a really, really good individual. What we want is we want that person back. We don't want to bully her, an eye for an eye and the world goes blind. We don't want to do that. Let her know that we need the old one back. That's what we need. We don't need more bullying. We don't need more toxicity. We don't need more of that shit. You are the problem. We just need the old one back. Don't cause more problems. There's enough problems as is. What we need is for the people in power to realize that they are hypocritical as all can be. They are elitist, and they just zero accountability. I want to say one thing before I get out. I want to say it to Ken. Ken, if this reaches enough people, I'm well aware of what's going to happen. It will probably leave you as the only person to moderate this server for a certain amount of time. I've seen what Sashi does when she goes into her, let's call it reflective phase. So Ken, I'm just gonna put it out there. JJ is more than willing to help you out. JJ is more than willing to take some of the weight off your back and help you with the moderating if things go south after this video. All you've got to do is message Jay. He will help you with moderating. You will not be alone. You all have to know on some level that we're making this video because we have nothing left to lose. Every single person who plays this game at this point is not even willing to take the time out of their day to type 5 letters SORRY into my messages. Even when directly approached. Even Conductor did that! Conductor did that. Busharati did that. These people, at the very least, took the time out of their day to type 5 fucking letters. You all couldn't even get your heads out of your ass to do it yourselves, but you'll sure as shit complain about the people who are more willing to do so than you. The people who are noticeably more willing to accept their faults than you are, those people are the problem, but you're not. Neither of you are. Where did the old one go? Tell me, truthfully, where did the old one go?
Which, again, I want to reiterate what I said at the very start. This is such an easy fix. It's literally just the word sorry. I don't want Sashi to lose her fucking position as a moderator in the server or anything. I don't want Ken to get either of those things to happen either. I literally just want them to say sorry to me for once.
Okay, with this, it does feel important to mention that I don't want them to lose their roles as moderators as long as they become better moderators. That or other people come in that are also better moderators. It's not exactly a hidden fact that these people don't moderate the server very well, but if there's other people around there to help them, then that problem could easily be remedied.
I want them to realize that I am not the villain in every single story. I'm the villain in some of the stories. I know. I'm the villain in Pulche's story. I admitted that earlier. I have messed up many times, including within this game and including outside of this game. I just want you guys to admit that you've messed up too. It's not difficult. This is not an attack. This is a defense. There are times where I have messed up. I spread lies about Pulche, I'll say. I shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done it to me either. You shouldn't have done the same to me.
Another person I feel like bears mentioning is OutIchi. This is another person that just randomly fucking thinks that I bully them for some reason. Literally all the evidence he has ever given is just things that I've done before to literally completely unrelated people. Like, I'll sit AFK, well, would have until I quit the game, sat still in matches doing nothing if the match felt unfair. I was in a match with OutIchi, and I did that because the match felt unfair. The match got down to literally the final storm closing, all the way down. OutIchi lost barely on a final storm close, and then OutIchi starts messaging, I think, the Foamstars Lounge about how I was bullying him, and like this whole thing, and it's like, no, not in the slightest. And one thing I do want to say, White Dragon Kiri did exactly what I say people should do. She came to me, it wasn't her drama, but it was OutIchi's. She came to me, asked me about it, got the correct information, chose sides based on that. I do believe she chose my side, but she didn't really take a side. It was a whole thing. She just kind of decided it wasn't a problem, which, fair enough. But yeah, that's another situation where someone just makes up the fact I don't like them for some reason.
I want to make this very obvious that this is not a problem exclusive to me. I am not making this video specifically to protect myself. I'm making this to protect the community. And I say this because I've seen this movie before. Someone known as Never High at the time, now goes by Bushirotti, she was constantly, and I mean constantly, I was in parties where she was mentioned only negatively, laughed at, made fun of, attacked, targeted, all of the like. And now, at the time, everyone really thought it was justified. Even I, at times, was like, okay, well, literally everybody says that this person is psychotic, so it must be true, right? No, it was not true, which is crazy to say. She is quite possibly the most talked about person in this entire community, in a negative light even. Can you guess who the only person to ever message me and apologize for their behavior?
Free Infinite Widow's Wiener.
Give me this wiener. Oh my
Wiener's wine.
Give me this wiener now!
Towards me is Bushirotti. She is the only person who has ever stepped up, owned up to her mistakes, apologized to me directly, and wanted to hash out the situation. The only person to show accountability, to show that they made a mistake, is the person who this community targeted and spread stuff about. The only person to be the bigger person is the only other person that this community all decided to go after. If that doesn't tell you if she is on the right or wrong side of history, I don't know what will. Of all people to go after, it was one of the only people who is willing to admit to their faults. We have to be better than this. I understand that Foamstars is quote-unquote on life support. You are not helping. This community is just not helping. Every single person that I mentioned here, my DMs are open. None of you are blocked. Absolutely none of you.
Bye-bye. I needed that.
I was blocked by Conductor, but my Discord is open, my PlayStation is open. A simple apology, a simple owning up is all I desire. I do not make this out of malice. I do not make this as an attack. I do not want other people to constantly talk about this. I do not want this to even be remembered. I simply want these people to hear what I'm saying, take it into their brains, and realize they messed up. Just like I realize that I messed up before. When talking to Ken, when talking to Pulche, and even when talking to Kiri at times. Seriously, there was a time where I accused Kiri of things that she literally did not do, and I did it loudly too. It was somebody else that did it, and I immediately assumed it was Kiri. She was the default suspect in my brain. I've messed up. Can you guys also, please, for the love of God, admit that you messed up too? If you don't like me, Mink and Neo are the examples you should follow. I am fairly certain neither of them like me, and yet I like them, because they do it right. All I ask is for the rest of the community to follow suit. One of my parting notes here is going to be, you need to stop bringing my friends into situations related to me. If I made a mistake, leave it to me. Don't message my friends and tell them about how awful I am in their DMs. Don't accuse my friends of also doing the thing that I did. If you have a problem with me, if you think I did something, I can accept that. I stop accepting it when you start bringing people I care about into that. People like Jay, people like Haru Urara, people like Hawaiian do not deserve to be roped into the shit that I created. And my parting words will be this. Listen to what I just said. People do not deserve to be roped into my shit. That also goes for every single person I mentioned here. Do not rope these people into dramas unrelated to me. This is not related to you. You do not intervene on this situation. I believe I've said everything there is to say. I just hope somebody will listen.
Okay, guys, so you guys know me as most of you knew. Restart. Okay, guys, you guys know me as most of you know me as Skibbity Hawaiian, but I'm also HaynHunter. So I'm gonna get started of how all the drama with me started. So one day I was playing Foamstars. I was just in a match, just doing my own thing, and then a day or two later, I was accused of targeting, which was by a person of the username of Conductor 1000. I don't know why I was accused of targeting, because I just have a certain style of gameplay where I just do whatever looks cool. It's casual party. I'm not gonna care if I win, if I lose. Maybe in ranked I become more competitive, but that's not the case in casuals. This was a casuals match that started, and then after all this happened, I guess, assuming the word got around that I was targeting, a lot of people started targeting me, which I found really hypocritical, because why are you going to complain about targeting and then come target me? And I don't want any BS where it's like, no, we weren't targeting you or anything. I was definitely being targeted. Every time I ran into that same stack, I was getting constantly chased, unable to play the game. And first of all, stacking in casual party is already a problem, but then you're gonna chase after one person because you disagree with what they did. Maybe I did target her, okay, that was literally one match out of how many times. I've never ever put any hate onto this person. I've praised their gameplay before. I said I admired their Barissador, but this one little inconvenience for them was making them able enough to come just make the game unplayable for me. I just couldn't play the game. So then I took a break, a month break, and then a month or two break, I don't know how much it was. And then I come back to the game and I start playing with Quantum. I didn't know Jay at the time, so I was just really playing with Quantum. And then another sort of drama brewed, and then like it kicked Quantum and Jay away from the community. It was just really, really stupid. I don't even know what the drama was about between Jay, Quantum, and this other person, but I just really think you guys are very hypocritical and very stupid. You guys make the game unplayable for people, and I don't know how you guys don't realize it. I see constantly people complaining about the game. Where's the queue times? I have bad teammates. Why does nobody play the game anymore? Because you guys are blowing people away from the game. There's so many people I've talked to and I've heard from, and they're talking about, we don't like this person, we're gonna kick them off the game. You guys are targeting, making people look bad, and it just really is really stupid to me. I don't know. Oh, and recently I just started getting back into the game. There's not really any games I've been interested into, so I just wanted to come back into the game. I come back to the game and I want to play with my two friends, But before the match, before I did join them, I was on Momo and Mink's team, and when I was on their team, they decided to foam the spawn and just leave me and my beginner to rot. So, and then the game after, we're gonna magically add Conductor into the stack. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. And let's talk about how they didn't try on my team, but as soon as you're against me, you want to all sweat, use your mains, all just fucking just slam us after. I mean, maybe the game before is because they was like a team diff, because I obviously know you guys are level 1000s. But why the game when I have worse teammates? It's really just me on my team. You're gonna start trying? That doesn't make sense. And then I was playing ranked, I think yesterday. I was in a match with Conductor. So Conductor, I found out she wasn't saying very nice things about me after the match when I became star. I don't know why, because that game was a loss anyway, and we got max stars for that loss. Another thing I want to talk about is just the state you guys put the game in. Like, if I don't play in a stack, I can't win. If I play against you guys, I have to wait longer queues because you guys want to play in a stack. I mean, obviously people are gonna get off the game. Oh, the stack is on, let's just get off the game. Because how am I supposed to win against 4 level 1000s? I get if you stacking with like beginners, you're stacking with like newer people, stacking with like people that aren't very good at the game. That even then stacking is still annoying. But like, I mean, maybe a three stack of like 2 like casual players and like 1 ranked player is fine. 2 stack is always fine. But how about a solution? You guys split on it with each other. You guys just try queuing against each other. Why would you just want to go into a casual lobby? Like what I was said that I was a casual loser and I sucked at ranks. But I'm a casual loser for solo stacking and having to pull up with your guys' bullshit. That doesn't make sense. But you guys can go fucking stack and just get everyone off the game when you guys get on the game because you guys want to fucking, because beating the shit out of everyone is fun to you guys. I don't get how that works. So there's things you guys do about making people look bad. I've received messages from Kiri. I've seen Kiri send people messages about, I was told that this person had like a confrontation with someone else and they didn't agree with something, or something happened, and that means I can't play with them because they didn't get along with another person. That doesn't make sense. You're gonna make them look bad because they didn't get along with your friend, and that's how the whole targeting thing started. You guys saw that I was targeting, that was with quotations, targeting. I was targeting Conductor, and you guys thought I was the bad guy. I don't know how I got in this predicament. I always played solo, and then whenever I gave the chance to play with you guys in like I would play with me and Kiri, and then I would play with like maybe someone else, one of you other guys. I tried giving you guys a chance to be friends, and then you guys disagreed with something I guess I did, which I have literally clips of the game that happened after I was called out for targeting. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Hey guys, it's me. This part is just going to be an addition to my previous parts. This is just because this video was originally planned to be posted a while ago, and now I just have more to talk about that came into my mind. So let's get started. The first part I want to talk about is the Foamstars main Discord server and the mods in that server. First off, that Foamstars server is like probably the most active thing right now for like just being outside of the game. Probably like where like everyone is. The Reddit's dead. Twitter's just art. I mean, the art, I love the Twitter art, it's cool, but like for communication, really, I just really think the most active thing is the main Foamstars Discord server, which you would probably think it would be. The problem I have with that server is mostly just the moderators in that server. So let's talk about that. The moderators in that server they literally don't even play the game anymore. Let's get that out of the way. They don't play the game anymore at all. So why are they moderators in that server? Sashi literally has retired in her name, and in her bio it says retired community manager. Why are you holding a mod role instead of giving it to someone else? You literally said you were going to step down after the tournament you supposedly created. It totally wasn't because that everybody in the community was asking for a tournament. Why say you're gonna step down and you don't step down? You're literally still in that server flaunting your role, enforcing rules. Like, you said you were going to step down the mod role, so why do you still have a mod role? For both mods, what did you guys even do? What does he even do? Dude, like, I was in that server a long time ago, and there was literally nothing. That server had nothing. It was the most boring thing ever. Just people talking, and half the time it wasn't even about Foamstars. Dude, it's a Foamstars Discord server, and literally half the time people aren't even talking about the game. Oh, I don't know maybe step down and give your roles to someone that will actually use them correctly. Dude, that server could be a key source to just getting this game a little more popular. I guess like when you think about it, you guys could think, oh, there's no point of trying to promote this game, it's already dead. Well, when there's a literal tweet coming out after the shareholders event that Square Enix had, wherever it was, saying, someone asking about Foamstars, and the response was, if the game gets attention again, we will consider like putting time into it again. We could even maybe get like another Foamstars game if it gets attention again. So there is a fucking point of, you know, maybe trying to fucking promote the game. And as a community manager, I'm not really sure. I would think your role is to fucking promote the game. Like what? That server like could be literally the best thing ever to have to promote the game and get more people to play it. It doesn't even matter if like they play for a little bit. They just said they want the game to have attention for them to put any effort back into the game. And obviously they're giving people a chance if the game's been up for 2 years in maintenance mode. It's almost been 2 years now of maintenance mode and they're still keeping the game up. They would have shut it down completely if they were just like, fuck Foamstars, it was a failure. If Square Enix does this with a bunch of games, they just send the game out. If it doesn't do good off the back, they give up on it. Obviously, they literally are giving people a chance to see if anybody's interested in games, see if they can make another game, see if they can take it out and maintain this world and give it a little more updates. But like, what do the moderators even do, bro? Why not make community events? That tourney, that was Lamicki, bro. That tourney was Lamicki, bro. The only reason why I guess that you guys did that tourney was because I literally saw a bunch of people asking for it, and then eventually you gave in and did the tourney. You guys did not do that on your own. Dude, I see True Spartan doing more stuff than you guys. He made his own little like event where he like had a bunch of people at Foamstars community make artwork. That was cool. Like, even if it was something small, it got the devs' attention. Obviously, if you do like events and promote the game and stuff, it's going to get the devs' attention. That little thing right there got the devs' attention. They saw all the artwork and they said it was cool. It's not even like, oh, I get if you guys don't want to do it. Why do you guys have the Discord mod rules then? Just step down and give it to someone who deserves it more. With the mods, honestly, in my personal experience, I've never had any issues with you. But like, from what I've heard from Quanta's perspective and Jay's perspective and just seeing what happens and see what you guys even do in the server, I can't fuck with you guys, bro. Like, you guys are like the most like hypocritical people ever, bro. You guys don't want to deal with problems. You guys are lazy. What do you mean you don't want to deal with drama? When you're a moderator of a server, there's going to always be something happening. When there was a problem when Yumiko was in that server, you guys literally just brushed it on the rug. You're like, hey guys, stop, I'm not dealing with it. Okay, so you're just gonna let the dude run rabbit in the server. Okay, cool. I don't know, man. And then Sashi, like, are you like the most hypocritic, like, lunatic ever, bro? Bro, how are you gonna say generally Walla on everything? How are you going to say Jay can't post this video because of drama and you compare him to Doctor Who? And I didn't even know who this was. I have to look this up. That dude is a maniac, bro. That dude has fucking like 200 like videos about just yapping about Jay, bro. Like, you're a lunatic if you're gonna compare this to that. Like, bro, in this video we say plenty of times we don't want to start anything, but you're gonna have the audacity to compare him to that? That's fucking crazy, bro. We saw the messages, bro. I get Never High has a past. She has a past. Keyword past. You have issues. All of you guys have issues with her. I'm not gonna lie. I have a past with her too. She didn't like me. She never liked me. I promise you right now, she may be weird, like whatever, but she's better than literally 80% of you guys. I promise you. Not a single one of you guys ever came to me, messaged me, nothing, apologizing without needing to be asked. Not a single one of you guys. For that whole targeting thing, whole everything, not a single person came to apologize to me. But Never High, a person I've never talked to that just hated me because a similar thing what this video is about, her not liking my playstyle, she came to apologize to me. Are you dead ass? Like, are you like, and then you guys are in this server when she wants to come back to play the game, trying to make her quit the game again. But no, Sashi, we're causing drama. No, we're causing drama though. We're causing drama. Hey, you haven't played the game in how many months? And then, but when Never High comes back, you literally say, oh, when she's next time you guys see her on, ping me and I'll get on. That's starting drama. That is starting drama. Whoa, that's starting drama. Bro, you guys are actually weird, bro. You guys start drama, not us, bro. Not us, bro. The main thing about this, bro, you guys just need to fucking talk to people, bro. You guys don't talk to people and you just assume shit about them. You guys assume shit about Quantum. You guys assume shit about me. You guys assume shit about Jake. You guys assume shit about Never High. All I had to do with Never High is just talk to her and get to know her, and she's literally not the fucking evil person you guys describe, bro. You guys like describe her as like a fucking military level threat, bro. She's literally just like, she has her, like, everybody's weird in their own way. She has her own weird thing. You might not like agree with how she's weird, but you don't have to go into a fucking Discord server with 90% of the people who still play the game and talk shit about her behind her back just because you had a fucking bad experience with her that happened fucking almost 2 years ago. Be dead ass, bro. But that's all I have to say on that situation. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because, like, I don't even know how many of you guys are gonna watch my part, but that's what I have to say about that. But anyway, back to the thing about making people look bad. Yeah, it's just really, really, really annoying because you're making that person look bad, and then the friends, you're gonna manipulate and gaslight their friends into not playing with them anymore. That's just like actually just asshole behavior. Like, I don't know. If you don't agree with them, just don't play with them, don't talk to them, block them. That's all you have to do. That's literally all you have to do. You just not be an asshole. That's all you fucking have to do. This game's community just generally ruins the entire game. I generally think that's what the downfall of it was. It's just really sad because it was a good spin-off of like an Overwatch Splatoon type. I'd never had any problems. I used to solo queue, that's all I would do. I would never play with anyone else. I didn't really talk to anyone else. The only time I really talked to people was when the game had seasons and I wanted to play rank with someone else. I mean, but I just played solo. And my mistake was joining the community, talking to everybody. After that, my game experience went down because you guys fucking ruined it. I played many different games and been in many different communities. Valorant, Rivals, I've been in sports game communities, everything. Somehow this small game with a small player base. The final addition I want to add to this is me. I don't know. I know me, I know Jay, I know Quantum. Maybe other people want this game to strive, obviously. We've seen the devs give attention to it whenever you guys do little community things. They've said maybe they'll put effort, show it attention more if it gains attention again. So me, I want to like save the game, bro. Like, obviously I've had bad experience with the game, but it wasn't the game itself, it was the community. It was just the community. So if we could fix the community up, get more people to play the game, I want to save the game. On PlayStation, this is like I only play my PlayStation anymore to play that game, basically. That's the only time I get on my PlayStation. I have a PC. I don't touch my PlayStation unless I want to play Foamstars. I know it has its flaws, but it's fun and addicting in its own way. I want to save the game. This is like my ideas of like how I would want to like try to grow the game. My first idea is I'm willing to run community tournaments with cash prizes, cash. Like, not like $20, not like fucking $30. I'm like willing to like $200, $300. I don't know, bro. Bro, if it works to get people to play the game, bro, I'll run community tournaments. I want to make Foamstars content. That would be like perfect to run a tournament of Foamstars content. Dude, I would love to run a cash community tournament. Dude, just imagine that. Wouldn't that be fun? Like, the thing is, this could have been happening this whole time when the server was in maintenance if you guys cared. But what? This is something I'm willing to do. I'm willing to give up cash for people to play the game, for no people to play the game. Also, I want the content creating part of Foamstars to be big again. Besides like Soaboa and Quantum and Jay when they used to play, there's literally nobody on the YouTuber side that like really makes content. I mean, you guys post your games, but like, I know I do too, but like, that's like not enough, bro. Like, you're posting your games with no audio. How many people are gonna actually watch that, bro? Like, we need like, dude, Soaboa, bro, like Quantum and Jay, bro, like their content could like actually like make the games, like get people interested in the game, bro. They got interesting videos if you guys actually watch them, bro. Quantum has he spent like 6 months on a video for a fucking tutorial on every character, and you guys drove him away from the game because he was having fun one night. Yeah, bro. Okay, bro. And here's a huge thing. Why can't we appreciate Ricky for keeping the game up this long? I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but he's the only one, when you look up on who's on the Foamstars dev team, he's the only one listed. So that means he's the only one that he still cares about the game. He still cares about the game. It's been up all this time just because of him. And there was a forum made. I think Quanta made it, and then Jay tried getting one to make it. Dude, nobody fucking even signed that shit, bro. You can't even write a thank you letter for a fucking game that most of you guys have like 1,000+ hours on. You can't even write a fucking, like, thank you, Ricky. Like, that's all you need to write. Thank you, Ricky, for keeping the game up this long. I mean, like, at least show the dude appreciation, bro. This game is nothing without him right now, bro. It's only in maintenance mode because of this dude, bro. Talk about this a lot through my part, but, like, we need to stop, like, all this toxic shit in the community. We need to, like, find solutions for people you don't like, bro. Like, if you have a good reason to, like, not like somebody, just don't talk to them, bro. Don't talk to them and don't talk about them. Like that's a big thing. Like, I get a lot of people don't like us in general, but the thing is, I don't care if you don't like me, but my problem is you guys talk shit about us constantly. Like, it's like weird, bro. Just let us play the game. You don't like us, you like don't interrupt someone's time having fun playing the game just because you don't agree with something they did or agree with like an opinion they have or anything, bro. Like, don't even just talk about them, bro. That like pisses me off. Like, Waller, that pisses me off, bro. Don't talk about them, bro, because I've like had so many messages brought up to me of people just talking shit behind my back, and it pisses me off more. I'd rather you talk shit to me, bro. Bro, Yumiko talk shit to my face, bro. I hate that dude with a passion, but at least he said it in my face, bro. Bro, you guys go to each other, and then you guys fucking, I know I said this, bro, but like, you guys go to each other, bro, and then you guys fucking talk shit about someone, and that starts spreading, and then the whole community hates that person. Just don't talk about them, bro. Just don't talk about them, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's really all I just had to add on to, but like, yeah. I guess the people who, like, I'm gonna just call it an affection. The affection won and kicked all the people who were good out, and all the bad people who are supposed to be good staying, and it's just really fucking it pisses me. Because they act good, and then when you first meet them, they seem good. I was like, oh.
I agree with the sound that you just made. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
What's going on, kids?
Shut the fuck up! We're playing video game.
You want to come in my clubhouse?
Shut up!
I can't do it right.
People seem like nice people, and then they just ruined the experience for me. They kicked 2 of my friends off the game because they didn't agree with something they did, even though what they do is literally 3 times worse. They literally practically bully people. They call them bad. They fucking get a whole group of people against them. I don't think we've literally had this situation when the game even came out.
Holy shit! That was 3 of them. I'm stuck! It's fine.
What do you mean you're stuck? Don't
move!
The only bad situation we ever had was the game being a little too over competitive. Just not even a bad thing for a game. But that's really all I have to chat about. So I'm gonna end it off with this. Foamstars. My experience.